Chris Young for the Padres tomorrow against Carlos Zambrano. And then on Sunday, Greg Maddux and Rich Hill. Another 1-2 pitch. Deep left field. Cruz back on it. And he's saying it hit the basket. The ball did bounce straight down. I believe it stayed in. Right in the well, that ball appeared to hit the bottom of the basket and stayed in. Now Lou wants to make sure. We'll go back to our discussion about what the ball normally does. If it bounces up, it's out. But that ball went straight down, and a very rare line shot hitting possibly the basket. We'll get another look here in a minute, but they're going to discuss.
Watching the way Jose Cruz Jr. reacted, I think he thought a fan touched the ball and deflected it down onto the warning track.
All right.
We'll get another look at it here. The umpires are getting together to see if anybody had a definitive view of that line drive near the basket in left field.
That's the third hit for Derek today. He's locked in. 4 pairs of eyes should be able to determine what it hit. I think it's going to stay a double because they're all going to Lou. They're not walking over to talk to Bud Black.
Going over as a trio. Nobody wanted to walk over there and tell him by themselves. Well, no fan interference whatsoever. You have to assume that they got the call right because, as you mentioned, just the physics of the way that basket sticks out and the way the ball went straight down. We'll get the real good look at it.
Ooh, I think it hit a glove.
It did hit a glove. To reach around the corner there, and Cruz right away pointed, indicating that the fan interfered with the ball right there. I don't know.
You know, where the angle of the basket is, it's hard to tell if the glove was over the basket or not. Boy, that might have been a home run.
It was real tough to tell from that angle, but clearly some fan interference out there on that line drive.
Yeah, that's a long reach to get your glove over the basket. I think that ball was out. So Cliff will try to get him in.
Well, double or home run, either way, Derek Lee is really seeing the ball well against David Wells today. He's had some real good swings on top of the 3 hits that he has already in this ball game. He hasn't been fooled by anything.
I don't know for sure, but that fan looks familiar. Popped up by Cliff Floyd. I think he might be one of the regulars out there in left. We do our Bleacher broadcasts out in that area. Again, he reached over and got near that yellow rope right at the top of the basket. And the question is, would it have landed in the basket? Oh, right there, it looks like his glove's over the line, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look like he's out over the line, and then the ball ricochets back down onto the warning track.
So are we assuming if the fan catches the ball, they call it a home run? I guess so, right? Because it doesn't come back. But then Bud Black would have gone out, right? And said the fan interfered. There's no guarantee it goes out. Huh.
You know, in any discussion of instant replay in baseball, this is the one thing that constantly comes up as the time that instant replay would be used and be beneficial. It's hard for the umpires to get out there and get into a position to see that ball, especially a hard-hit line drive like Derek Lee hit. Tough for the umpires physically to get out there into a position to see exactly what happens. You've got a lot of fans moving around. Sometimes it's tough to pick up the flight of the baseball as it gets near that basket area. So the argument for instant replay on those particular kinds of plays, I think you'd have a hard time getting an argument. I mean, it would be different if you had a left field umpire, a center field umpire, and a right field umpire that stood out there to make those calls. But these guys are standing sometimes 250 feet away from the plate trying to make a call.
All right, now we've seen it about 6 times. What would be your answer? Was that a home run?
I'd have to call it a double. I think it stands the way it is. That one replay, it looked like the glove was over the yellow line when the ball hit the glove and then dropped back down onto the track. And I think it would have stayed in play had the fan not touched it.
I think I would agree. And only after about the 5th viewing of it would I say that the glove was over that yellow line. That's how close it was. You can tell he's frustrated.
Well, up until that play, he had a perfect fielding percentage out there in the left field bleachers this year. There goes your Gold Glove.
I think he knows he's on TV. He said it was a home run. We'll never know if he had caught it, what the call would have been. Boy, collision there, and Blum took it away from Gonzalez. Well, that play could be huge as Derek Lee just missed a home run. It's still 1-0. Derek Lee just missed his 7th home run of the year. As it was, he ended up with a double. One of the regular ball hawks here at Wrigley Field had a shot at it. As we blow up the video here, and I think your call on it was correct, Bob, that it just would have missed being a home run.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the right call. But how about the ball hawk? I mean, we talk about new players coming to Wrigley Field and learning the nooks and crannies and the angles of the outfield wall. And he knew if he ran down there and grabbed a hold of that thing, he could lean way out over the basket and try to make the play. That's some previous knowledge out there, some course knowledge.